Hello Southies, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, my name is Cece and this is my channel where I play The Sims 4, and today I am doing a speed build. It's been a minute since I've done a speed build, so I'm really excited about it. Plus, not only is this a speed build, this is a build that I'm actually going to be using in an upcoming Let's Play series. So if you follow me on Twitter, you've kind of seen me kind of tease and mention and do polls for my new LP called Frozen Hearts. It's going to be a vampire LP and I'm really excited. I haven't actually played with vampires until now, and so I've had the pack for a while, but I haven't actually played with it, mostly because my gameplay style, I kind of play realistically, and obviously vampires are not real. I actually love vampire lore, so that's kind of funny. So like, I read all the Twilights, I own all of the Underworld series, I was obsessed with Buffy, but the minute I get vampire pack in The Sims 4, I barely play with it. So I decided that I would do an LP. Number two, I've been really inspired by one of my friends here on YouTube and on Twitter, Heather May Not. She has a vampire series. She has a few supernatural series that I really like to watch. So she's got this one, and then she's got a spellcaster one, and I think she's finished up that one. I've yet to watch the last part of that one, but go check her channel out. I'll put all of the description, all of her stuff in the description below, and I love her vampire LP. I've been watching that, and I think she's gonna revamp it. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, now that the structure of the build is coming together, I'll kind of explain it a little bit. So this is the build. I went on Twitter and I asked you guys where you wanted our main world to be, or what world did you want our main world to be in, and you said Glimmerbrook. And so this build is going to be for our two main Sims, John Alexander and Angelique Ferreira. And I'm not going to go into great detail about their story. I want to save it for the LP, but I did release a trailer, and so you can kind of get an idea of what the story is going to be about. But basically, they'll be living here. This is John's home, and then Angelique will be moving in with him once she is changed. And I wanted this build to feel like, I wanted it to feel very magical. Obviously, we're in Glimmerbrook, so this was probably once a spellcaster's home, or a spellcaster family home, and then when John came to Glimmerbrook, he either purchased it or acquired it. He got it somehow, and so he lives here now. So I wanted the outside to look very magical, very eccentric, something that you would think a magical type of house would look like. And I think I pulled it off. I wanted to feel very whimsical. You can let me know in the comments if it looks that way. I will go through once I do start doing the landscaping, and I'll start putting like cracks and scratches and things, also to kind of signify that this house is really old and that maybe John doesn't take care of it very well. So John kind of keeps to himself, and so I don't know that he cares too much about doing too much upkeep to the house. And I would say that maybe even when he bought it, it was already really old. So it's kind of just, time has not been kind to this house, as you will see once I start adding those sort of cracks and details like that. But I really love this house. I've only built two other magical type of builds in this world. One on this lot for an LP that I didn't actually do, and then I did a Realm of Magic build, so you can find those in the channel as well. And so this is only like, I want to say the third time I've actually built in this world, and Glimmerbrook is so pretty. It's such a beautiful world all the way around. So with this build, it is 2 bedrooms with 1 bedroom downstairs and then a loft type space upstairs. There is a kitchen, but I actually did not fully furnish the kitchen because it is vampires live here, so there's no need for a stove. So all it has is the refrigerator and a sink because John does not, I think I mentioned it, John does not drink from humans. He drinks plasma. And kind of real quick, I am going to be changing up the lore of the game a little bit. Instead of you being able to grow plasma, I'm just going to say that plasma comes from where plasma comes from, blood, and that John is given a supply of it. He pays a ridiculous amount of money for someone to supply him with plasma from maybe a local plasma bank, blood bank, that kind of thing. And so that is how he gets his nutrition. And again, we'll kind of, once we get into the LP, I'll kind of explain a little bit more as to why he no longer drinks from humans or his whole deal. But so that's a little bit of the lore that I'm changing. Also, all of my vampires are going to be distinguished by 2 different things. Obviously, their dark form. They'll have, brows and teeth and all that stuff. But their eyes are also going to be not human looking eyes. So like for John and his house, or all the vampires that were created by the same maker as John, will have red eyes. And then I'll have 2 other vampire houses that will kind of be around, and one will have purple eyes and the other one will have gray eyes. And so I thought that would be kind of cool to have that. And maybe human Sims kind of look at these people and think something's a little off about their eyes, but it's not enough to where they start asking questions or they think that something is terribly wrong, but or they just might think, oh, that's weird, they're wearing purple contacts or they're wearing red contacts. So I thought that would be cool. And so now I'm getting into the interior. This is going to be the living room area, and it didn't take me long to figure out the floor plan, although I don't know if I'm 100% for the floor plan that I created. I ended up making it work, but I don't know. I kind of, I wanted to feel like a tiny little cottage, maybe with a little bit of, modern details, but hopefully I pull it off. And obviously you have to have enough room for your Sims to move, so you kind of have to try to create that space. But here I'm making the kitchen, and you will see I add a refrigerator and I add a sink, and that's about it because they do not eat human food. So I do put in a washer and dryer in that corner over there. I don't think I mentioned there is only 1 bathroom, and in the upstairs loft space there is kind of a, not secret room, but there is a room with a coffin in it for Angelique, and then she has like a full bedroom, whereas John does not, he will not sleep in a bed, he will just sleep in his coffin. And so that's something that I'm learning with this, doing gameplay, is that vampires don't have to sleep in coffins. I did not know that in The Sims 4, that they can sleep in a bed. I think if they sleep in a coffin, they're energized more. I could be wrong about that, but from just the gameplay that I've been doing, that's what I've noticed. I wanted to try and cheat the vampires up a little bit, but I found that you can't. Like, all the cheat codes that are out on the internet don't work anymore. So I've had to do a lot of off-camera play to get my vampires to the level that I want them to be. Not so much Angelique. We're kind of going to be learning the gameplay through her, but with everybody else I've kind of had to speed through it, so I'm not really paying attention to exactly what's going on. I'm not reading any of the little prompts that come up about it. I'm just trying to get them to level up as quickly as possible. So in a way, I'm not playing the game. In a way, I'm playing it, but in another way, I'm not really playing the gameplay in this because I really don't know what's going on. I don't know why anything's happening. I don't know when, what Sims are learning or why they're learning it or any of that. And I'm just kind of picking their little, the little rewards things that they get kind of willy-nilly, not really paying that much attention to it. I do want at least one or two to have the ability to walk in the sunlight. So I have to start kind of pay attention to that when they get to that level. Maybe John. I don't know. I haven't decided. Obviously right now he can't because he's not there yet because I'm still trying to get him there. But I loved that little trick that I did. This is John's bedroom. It's very simple. It's just a coffin. That little trick that I did with the kitchen table, I used those vampire chairs. Obviously, the big armchairs, the vampire or your Sims won't sit and eat at the table. They're just for show. There are 4 other actual dining chairs for them to eat at. And up here, this is going to be Angelique's room. And I want it to feel very pretty. In the trailer, her bedroom at her home is a very pretty, girly kind of room. And so I wanted it to feel this way. Obviously, John did not decorate this space. He has no idea how to decorate. But there will be a spellcaster kind of friend that will also be in the LP named Mela, who I believe furnished this place. And so she just kind of wanted to feel as comfortable as possible, especially for someone that didn't even know vampires existed, and now she's going to wake up and be one. So she wanted her room to feel as human as possible and just feel as cozy as possible, because Angelique will probably be spending a lot of time here, and she'll be in a very, crazy headspace. And so it'll be nice for her to have a nice quiet room for her to go in and kind of, process and deal with everything that's going on with her. But I think I'm almost done with the inside. I go and I do a little bit of landscaping, not a lot. You saw me do stuff at the front and the back. One thing that I did not think about was if they do like practice dueling, I guess they'll need space for that. So I don't really have that much space for that as the build is right now, but I am going to move some trees and things around so that they have that space to work with. I think Sims like a lot of room to do practice. I know with the spellcasters, they needed room to practice their magic. So I'm just guessing that the vampires will need a lot of space for that. But I did want to create some as much skill building kind of stuff as possible because there isn't a television in here. And I don't think I put a computer in here either. And there's a reason for that that you will kind of understand when the gameplay goes. But as you can see, I'm kind of finishing up the landscaping. I didn't mention, I put a lot of ivy and stuff all over this house because I just thought that would make it look more magical and kind of go with the narrative of, John does not take care of this house. So he lets it get overrun with ivy and just kind of overrun with grass and everything. But I think it'll look really pretty. I feel like I see these types of builds. Obviously I use reference photos, and so I see these kind of houses in Pinterest and stuff, and they look so pretty. I don't know if their beauty truly translates on to Sims. I think they do a little bit. Right now, I guess kind of watching the footage back, it looks like a little bit of a mess, but once we get in their screenshots, hopefully it'll look better. But I really am super, super psyched to get started with this LP. Like I said, I've been kind of playing it a little offline, mostly to get all my Sims where I want them to be, and then to get like screenshots and, trailer stuff. I've done a lot of prep work for this LP, and I'm kind of really proud of myself for it. I think it's going to be really good, and I hope you guys will watch it and, be excited about it. I think I'll still keep doing polls, especially as the series goes on, when there are parts that I kind of want to involve you guys. I'll keep doing little polls and asking you guys what you think. And I mean, thanks so much for helping me come up with my title. I'll be honest, I wasn't too keen on Frozen Hearts. It was like literally the last one that I came up with, and I thought, oh, this will be the throwaway one. And you guys love it. And now that I've kind of thought about it and played with it and come up with a story, I actually really like the title, Frozen Hearts. It makes perfect sense. And then I'm really, really happy that you guys voted for Glimmerbrook to be the world that they live in, because I think it will really add to the storytelling a lot. And this world is really pretty. I never play in it. I never get the chance to play in it because, you know, the LPs that I have on the channel right now are very realistic. So why on earth would there be witches and vampires and mermaids and stuff? Kind of speaking of which, this LP will be replacing my Not So Berry. I have plans to put Not So Berry on my Twitch. I haven't been able to stream like I wanted to, but hopefully I can get started on that. And I'll record all of my streams, and I won't post it to this channel. I do have a second channel on YouTube called 25th and Live, same as my Twitch channel, that I will post all of my streams to. So kind of be looking out for that. That way, if you can't catch a stream, because there won't be a set time for me streaming, but if you can't catch a stream, then you can just watch the playback on there. Okay, so this is going to be the office space. Now, I kind of was still coming up with the story when I built this build, and so I recently came up with the idea of John being a painter, or at least an art dealer. And so I am going to probably create him a retail space, and I'm thinking I'll put it in Brindleton Bay. I feel like in the worlds that maybe Glimmerbrook is nearer to Brindleton Bay. I don't know. That's just something I'm thinking about. Or I might put it in Windenburg. Both of those feel like could easily go between Glimmerbrook and those places. Obviously, I think Glimmerbrook, in how I'm going to play it, is kind of a hidden world, kind of like in Harry Potter, their magical world. We can't see it, or, you know, like the muggles can't actually see it, but it's all around them. And so I'm thinking that that'll be the case, and that he has an actual physical business that he operates in the human world. And so you saw there's not going to be a whole lot of technology, lots of skill building stuff for them to do, so they don't get bored. I think John's been around for a very long time. He's come up with ways to not be bored. And so he definitely wants to have as much stuff for Angelique to do, so she doesn't feel bored and she doesn't feel lonely and all of that stuff. So I'm really excited to get into this gameplay. I know I keep saying that, but it's so true. I'm really, really excited for you guys to see this LP, and I hope that you guys enjoy it, and I hope to be playing it for a really long time. I've got a lot of stories kind of in my brain about how I want things to go, and I don't know, I just get really excited about storytelling in general. But I am coming up to the end of this build, so thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please let me know by giving me a happy little thumbs up by way of pressing that like button. Comment down below, what do you think about the build? What do you think about the LP? Are you excited for it? I really want to hear your thoughts, because I'm super excited for it, and just kind of what I'm seeing on Twitter, you guys seem to be interested as well. And if you haven't already and you want to see more content from me, please subscribe. I try to post every single week, and I would love to have you join the Southie family. But as always, my name is Cece, and I promise never to break your game. Bye!